Hello, welcome. My name is Ria and I am a certified clinical trauma professional. In my videos, I address common questions about mental health that many of my clients struggle with. Today's question is about dealing with the trauma caused by bullying. So the question is, I was bullied during my younger years, which even continued in my adult life. Sometime it was happening at work, in the neighborhood, even the sports I play. It has significantly impacted my self-confidence and ability to connect and trust others. What can I do to overcome this type of trauma? So let us dive into understanding how this type of trauma shape us and more importantly, what we can do to heal and reclaim our sense of self. Almost everyone have heard about bullying, but everyone might not be knowing the deep psychological damaging impacts of bullying. When we talk about bullying, we are referring to repeated, aggressive behavior that involve a power imbalance. This can come in many forms: verbal, physical, psychological, social exclusion, and more. Whether it happened in childhood or adulthood, it doesn't matter. Bullying does leave deep psychological wounds. The younger you are, wounds are deeper. The sense of humiliation, rejection, feeling less inferior, it can stuck with us for a long time. So from a psychological perspective, bullying can lead to many damaging impacts, such as number one is low self-esteem. Constant criticism and exclusion make us question our worth. Persons start wondering their feeling and ultimately believing they are insignificant and they do not deserve any respect and value from others. Slowly over a period of time, they may start believing as if something is wrong with them, or they are the one who are responsible for getting bullied. Something they caused it, they self-blame. The second damaging impact is it builds social anxiety. When you are bullied, it can make social interactions feel unsafe. It becomes hard to feel comfortable with others, and you may start avoiding people altogether. Third damaging impact is having trust issues. It becomes difficult to let others come in, fearing they will betray or hurt you as others have done before. One way to understand these damages is through the analogy of wearing an invisible armor. Every time we face bullying, it's like we are adding layers to our armor to protect ourselves. But over time, this armor gets so heavy, it becomes difficult to function in daily life. Person find it hard to connect, trust, and even enjoy simple activities with others without feeling super guarded. Now let's explore what happens in the brain when we are bullied. Neuroscience gives us some powerful insights into how traumatic experiences like bullying reshape the brain. When you experience bullying, your brain activates amygdala, the area responsible for fight or flight response. When this happens repeatedly, as in chronic bullying, your brain stays in a heightened state of alert, making you more anxious and hypervigilant, even when there is no need to feel it. Another important area is prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational decision making and emotional regulation. In a person who is being repeatedly bullied, this part of brain may not function as effectively anymore. That's why you might struggle with making decisions confidently or controlling your emotions because your brain is still stuck in survival mode. Over time, these chronic stress responses also reduce brain's ability to release dopamine and serotonin. These are neurotransmitters to help us feel happy and connected. This may explain why bullying survivors often feel disconnected from others and they have harder time finding joy in life. But the good news is that the brain has neuroplasticity, means it can rewire itself. Just as bullying rewires our brain negatively, healing practices can rewire it in positive ways. But how do we start? So the first step is to begin working on your self-confidence, which is often being destroyed by constant bullying. Here are few evidence-based methods you can try to build self-confidence and other trauma impacts. One of them is EMDR and EMDR intensives. They are very effective therapeutic approaches to help mind process the impact of any type of trauma and release the stuck emotions. Second technique is trauma-focused CBT. This can help you reframe negative thoughts about yourself. For example, if your automatic thought is, I am not good enough, or I deserve to be treated poorly, or something is wrong with me, this therapeutic approach teaches you how to challenge these beliefs and replace them with healthier ones. It's like replacing a distorted lens through which you are seeing yourself. Another method is building self-compassion. Learning to observe your thoughts without judgment help to break the cycle of self-criticism. This is particularly useful if bullying has left you with a harsh inner critic. Practicing self-compassion is speaking to yourself like you would be talking to a close friend. It helps soften that inner voice. Practicing mindfulness is also found to be highly beneficial. Mindfulness-based interventions have been shown to reduce stress, improve emotion regulation, and promote self-acceptance. One of the good mental habits to build self-confidence is creating and acknowledging small wins. Start by setting small, achievable goals that help rebuild your self-confidence. If you have avoided social interactions due to past bullying, start by engaging in low-stakes, small-level social settings. Every positive interaction is like a small deposit in your bank of confidence. Think of this process like building a house. You cannot build the whole structure in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. But every brick laid is progress. Over time, you will start to see foundation of your self-confidence is growing stronger. Now let us focus on another topic, which is damage to trust. One of the most significant impact of prolonged bullying is it becomes hard to trust others. But this is a protective mechanism. After all, you have been hurt repetitively, so it would make sense that you are wary of letting anyone get too close to you. However, if we are constantly protecting ourselves, it becomes difficult to form meaningful relationships. So how do we rebuild trust after being hurt? One of the ways to try is through gradual exposure. Think of trust as a muscle that needs strengthening. So starting small, begin by opening up to someone in a safe environment, whether that is a close friend or it can be your therapist. It's okay to take baby steps here. Trust is not something you have to give all at once. You can give it in layers. Just like you build up the armor to protect yourself in layers, letting it go in layers. Now it would also be helpful to learn boundaries. Trust does not mean you have to open up completely. And part of rebuilding trust is learning to set healthy boundaries. Boundaries act as filter. They let the good come in and keep the harmful out. If you were bullied in past, you might struggle with setting boundaries as well because you are used to people crossing them. So learning to be assertive in small ways, like saying no when something does not feel right, it helps build a sense of safety and self-confidence. Working with a therapist can be incredibly helpful in rebuilding the trust instead of suffering alone. The therapeutic relationship is designed to be a safe, non-judgmental, supportive space where you can gradually practice vulnerability. That is especially useful if your trust has been broken in the past. With time, you will learn that not all relationships are harmful and unsafe, and some can be built with care and mutual respect. As discussed so far, another big area impacted by bullying is our ability to connect with others. Social exclusion or mistreatment can make us feel isolated. However, human beings are social creatures and connection is vital to our well-being. One of the best ways to rebuild your ability to connect is to find environments where you feel accepted and supported. This could be a support group for people who have experienced similar trauma, or even a hobby-based group where the focus is on shared interest. Positive social experiences help counteract the negative ones from past. Over a period of time, it will also be helpful to practice vulnerability. Being vulnerable doesn't mean letting people walk over you. It means showing up as your authentic self. When you are willing to open, even in small ways, it invites others to do the same. Start by sharing small piece of yourself with someone you trust. Being vulnerable is a risk, but it also opens the door to deeper and meaningful connections. It's not superficial. An additional layering way to overcome trauma is trying to reconnect with joy. When bullying has left us feeling down and disconnected, we can forget how to enjoy life. So make a conscious effort to reconnect with activities that bring you joy, whether that is painting, hiking, dancing, or something else. These moments of joy will help you remember that life is not only about difficult parts. It's also about beauty, connection, and fulfillment. Bullying often leaves us with feelings of shame. Shame is a toxic emotion that makes us feel like we are inherently unworthy and broken. But here is the thing, shame is a liar. So reframe the experience. Bullying says more about the bully than the person who is being bullied. Often, bullies are dealing with their insecurities and project them onto others. Understanding this does not excuse their behavior, but it does help you to realize that the problem was never about your worth, your value, and your intelligence. Practice writing a new narrative. You are not defined by your past experiences. Just like in a book, you can also choose to write new chapters of your life. This does not mean erasing what happened, but it does mean deciding how you want to move forward. Instead of seeing yourself as victim of bullying, try viewing yourself as a survivor. You endured something difficult, but now you have the opportunity to rebuild and grow stronger. Healing from bullying trauma is not easy, and it is also not a linear path. There will be good days and hard days, but with the right tools, support, and understanding, it's absolutely possible to rebuild your self-confidence, ability to trust, ability to connect with others, and your real self. If you are going through bullying at work and you want to learn psychology-based skills to handle the bully and learn to manage the situations, I have a great online course about it. It will be delivered to you, and you can keep learning it from this at your own pace. So you can email me, and my email address is in the About section. I have also created Trauma Processing Journal Writing Workbook. It is in the description box below, so feel free to download. Most of the clients find it helpful. I would also love to hear your thoughts, opinions, and feedback. Also, please feel free to ask if you have any questions about any topic you want to build better understanding. I hope you find this video helpful. I would love you to like and subscribe. Please feel free to share with others who can benefit from this. I will meet you in my next video with a new question. Bye for now. Take care.